Today we will cover the construction of the 4-foot by 4-foot version of the quilt block. If you have any questions regarding building a similar quilt block or joining the quilt trail, please visit tnquilttrails.com for more information. Some basic materials and a few power tools are all you will need to build your quilt block frame. A detailed drawing and materials list is available on the website. I start with a piece of plywood I've ripped to 9 inches wide. I'm using my miter saw to cut the plywood into 9-inch squares. These will serve as corner braces as well as attachment points when we're ready to hang our finished product. I like to start by squaring one end of all the 2x4s prior to laying out marks for our cuts. This gives me a nice, fresh edge to measure and reference from later. I have set my stop block for 4 feet so we can cut the pieces that will serve as our top, bottom, and center cross brace. Because we only cut 3 pieces, this leaves us with an extra piece. We'll use this in the event that we make a mistake later. Now I'm repositioning my stop block for 3 foot 9 inches so we can cut the pieces that will serve as the left and right sides and our 2 center supports. And that's number 4. Here I'm lining up the pieces that will be our sides and center supports and ganging them together with some quick clamps. This will allow us to mark out for the notch in all of the pieces at one time and ensure they are all the same. For our notch layout, I measure the width of my material and I divide by 2. I then transfer those measurements to each side of the center line, which gives me my layout for our notch. A quick check with a piece of scrap and I think we're ready to cut it out. I'm using my skill saw to cut the notches. I first set the depth by resting it on the 2x4 material and the blade on my bench. With the depth set, it's time to make some sawdust. Here I'm just using a hammer and eventually a chisel to remove the material that's left. A quick check with our scrap block tells us we have a good fit. Time for some assembly. Here I'm just marking the center line at 2 feet on our top and bottom pieces. This will help us align our center supports during assembly. With our pieces laid out on our bench, I'm applying some exterior wood glue to the joints as I assemble it. Just as a side note, I'm pre-drilling pilot holes for all of my screws to reduce the chance of splitting the wood. Although this is not a necessary step, I like to use it during my assemblies. I'm using 3-inch deck screws for the assembly of the frame. Fits like a glove. The last step of the assembly process is attaching the corner mounting blocks. I'm spacing the screws every couple of inches or so. This may seem like overkill, but these corners will be securing our quilt block to our building in all sorts of weather for years to come. Well, here's our completed frame. In our next video, we will cover painting, finishing, and mounting our quilt block. Thanks for watching.